Biur al Hanal, explanation on the previous Mamer of Vayishma Yisro Levar Hadvarim, to explain the ideas. So it's written, Ki tain mi tain tahor metame lo echad, who will give purity from impurity, not one. V'ayin b'medrash rabba Parshas chukas, and look what's brought in Medrash Rabba Chukas, b'yuven be'ektim mashikasuf al pi Mamer Azor Parshas Tazria al pasuk v'ra isi ani sheyeshri Yisro l'chachma min ha'sichlus chulu. Look what's brought in Zohar Tazria on the verse that I saw that there was a greatness of wisdom over foolishness and so forth. Ayin Sham, look over there. Shekavanasohu, that the intention is adraba, exactly the opposite. Sha'achachma mikabelas Yisro min ha'sichlus. That not that wisdom is greater than foolishness, but rather that from the foolishness the wisdom gets a greatness. Yisron chachma min hasichlus. From the foolishness you have a yisron of chachma. Al derech mashikasu v'terev chachmas Shlomo, like it's written that the wisdom of Shlomo was greatened mechachmas b'nei kedem, from the wisdom of the sons of the east, or the people before. The Sham Gam Kina Perush, that there also the reading is Vaterev Hu Lashon Riboy V'Agdala, that Vaterev means it's a language of many and greatness. Shinis Gadol Chachma, so that his wisdom became greater. V'Kibel Toel As V'Yisron Min Chachmas B'nei Kedem, and received a help and a greatness, something greater from the wisdom of the B'nei Kedem. From, because of the wisdom of the B'nei Kedem, to Chachma de Klippas Noga, which is the wisdom of the Klippas Noga, Kedalakaman, as will be explained. Hatam, the reason, V'Chachma de Klippas Noga, Hu Hanikras Sichlus, and the wisdom of Klippas Noga is called foolishness, Ki Sichlus in Perushu Shtus, because foolishness doesn't mean, because Sichlus doesn't mean foolishness, Rak Chachma Chitzonius, but rather Sichlus refers to external wisdom, so it's better to translate Sichlus as Chachma Chitzonius. Nikrach Sichlus, that's what's called Sichlus, external wisdom, Ki Chachma de Kedusha B'chinas Bitul, because wisdom in holiness is called because wisdom in holiness is called nullification, is a concept of nullification. V'nikra koach man, it's called the strength of what? Of the strength of ma, of bittul mashenkin chachma chitzonius, which is not the case with supernal, with external wisdom. Heim bechinas yesh, it's a concept of existence. Ulechein nikra sichlus, and therefore it's called external wisdom, sichlus. Therefore it's a certain foolishness. Visavusam hu mishviras hakelim, and its creation is from the breaking of the vessels. This klippas, this chachma chitzonis, she'al afal pi she'ikra shvira haya behamidos, that even though the main breaking of the vessels was in the emotional attributes, v'lo begimel rishonos, and not in the three first attributes, k'mo shekosov yamusu v'lo bechachma, as is written, you will die, but not with wisdom. That the misa of the malachim of tohu was in the midos. Mikol makom b'choraim the chachma haya hashvira, but nonetheless there is a certain concept of the breaking of the vessels in the mocha chachma on the backside. Shenafal b'shviras hakelim, that fell with the breaking of the vessels. B'chachmas philosophia, with the wisdom of philosophers. V'chachmas b'nei kedem, and the wisdom of the people of the east. Bechinas yesh, or the early people. Bechinas yesh v'davar, a concept of existence and something. Ulechein nikra sichlus, and therefore it's called, this concept of this wisdom is called sichlus, bechinas yesh, that the concept of feeling one's existence, chochmas emes, is the opposite of wisdom of truth, shu bechinas bittul, which is the concept of nullification, v'hu chochmas Hatorah mitzvos, and this is the wisdom of Torah mitzvos, asher lo haya hash bishvira, which is not in the breaking. So Chochmas Emes, the Torah of truth, which is nullification, that's the wisdom where you didn't have the Shvira. Sha'chochma sher im hamatzah or halulav, that the wisdom that's with the matzah or the lulav, the esrog and the esrog, kach kedin, kach kedin, or just like this, as in accordance with the law, azu kosher, then it's kosher, and dwells upon it, the infinite light may be blessed, and the matzah or the esrog are included within the nullification to the infinite may be blessed. But if it's not fitting, hu pasul, it's not good, and cannot be elevated and so forth. And so to tefillin and tzitzis and so forth, the chachma, the kedusha, that dictates exactly how it should be. And that's why it's called chachma, not sichlus, because it's panemius of the kedusha and can be elevated and didn't fall in the shvira. Masha'en kin chachma de klipas noga, which is not the case with the wisdom of the klipas noga. Nikra sichlus, it's called the foolishness in comparison. It's the external wisdom. Now with wisdom you'll purify. You'll cause the purification of the wisdom of the klipas noga. She's better that it should be purified, and should be included within the holiness, to elevate the external wisdom. For example, with the wisdom of astronomy, that we use it in order to know the laws of the sanctification of the moon, of the new moon, shu mitzvah Torah, which is a mitzvah from the Torah. So you use the chachma chitzonis as part of, and you include it within the chachma de kedusha. So that's elevating the shvira. So too from all 7 wisdoms of the early men. Through the Torah, they're purified and included within the holiness. And after the purification and elevation, then you have a greatness of wisdom and holiness, from that which is purified from the external wisdom and included in it. And the reason is that that which is it fell down from the breaking of the vessels, or from the kings that were king before there was a king for the sons of Israel, that is from the world of Tohu, the concept of Hashem's name, Sag, spelled with Yud and Aleph, only that it fell down in the breaking, in external wisdom, the Hainu Klipas Noga, that is the Klipas Noga, that can be elevated. It did, seemingly not in the 3 Klippas. But after the purification, when it's included again within holiness, so it reaches its source, its root, as it is above. Ohr Sag, in the world of Tohu, which is this concept of Hashem's name Sag, which is higher than the concept of the strength of Shema, of Hashem's name spelled with olives. But and therefore it has a greatness as it is in the world of Tohu, Sag, which is the concept of Sag, higher than the concept of the strength of Ma. So it's a higher Biur than the emotions which correspond with Shema. And therefore you have a greatness to wisdom of holiness from the purification of the external wisdom. So like he said in the beginning, that it's from, you have a greatness to wisdom from the Chachma Chitzonis, from the Sichlus. And therefore Shlomo said about this, that I saw the Davka who, that specifically him, Shehaya Madrega Gadola, Shehisig, he's the one who understood it, Shehaya Madrega Gadola, that he was a very high level, like it says in Zohar. Therefore he was also able to purify the wisdom of the early men, that with his wisdom he was able to purify that which needed purification, which is not the case with another man. He would not be able to purify, is not able to purify, and will be drawn after the external wisdom and so forth. Only Shlomo, unto his peace, that it's written about him, that he was wise over all men, that he was a chariot to the concept of wisdom of Malchus, that Silus, and is known that the Malchus of Atzilus is enclosed in Bria Yitzira and Nasiya to purify the Klippas Noga, that it's also called Chochmas Shlomo, Malchus of Atzilus. And through this purification it also becomes the crown of her husband, that the Malchus of Atzilus, the concept of wisdom of Shlomo, which is this purification of the Klippas Noga, can become a crown for her husband. For example, for like the time that it takes for the child in the womb it waits 9 months in the womb of its mother, and the bad parts are thrown out. They come out through the birth pangs, the placenta and so forth. It all comes out through the contractions and so forth. Bedam nidos, with the blood of nidav, and nivra havlad naki, and the child is created clean in a clean way. It comes out clean, and through this purification process, kamokin bebichinas malchus, so too with this concept of malchus, which is the feminine aspect, shemevarer birurim chulu, that purifies these purifications and so forth. So it's compared to the in the Chochma Chitzonis, taking out the good part and leaving out the bad part. Vishlomo HaMelech al Vashalom Shaya Merkava leBechinas Chochma shebemalchus, and Shlomo HaMelech, peace unto him, that he was a chariot to this concept of wisdom of Malchus. And that's why he said that I saw Ani sheyesh Yisro l'chachma, that I saw that there was a greatness to wisdom from, and so forth.